Today, we are in Hollywood Studios to explore all of the new holiday food offerings. We're gonna hit up Hollywood and Vine for Minnie's Holiday Dine and try all of the new snacks you can find here. The holidays have arrived here in Hollywood Studios, and this is one of my favorite places to celebrate. They always have some cool themed food, and I believe they have the only restaurant where you can actually meet characters in their holiday costumes. We're gonna get to Hollywood and Vine a little later. Before we do, I wanna see what snacks we can get into. Let's head to ABC Commissary. Here at ABC Commissary, they always have a holiday treat, and for Christmas, they have a Linzer cookie mousse torte. This has layers of hazelnut cake, a raspberry blackcurrant mousse, raspberry jam, and a sweet snow-dusted Linzer cookie for $6.79. You can see all of the different layers in here. We've got the cake on the bottom, the mousse here, the jam here, and the cookie on top. Looks really good, and I happen to love a Linzer cookie, so I expect this to be pretty tasty. The cookie's really nice and soft. It just breaks right apart with the fork. This looks great. The flavor of this is definitely on point. It totally tastes like a Linzer cookie cake. Where it misses me a little bit is this mousse. I could totally do without the mousse, and I think this cake would be good without it. The cake itself is a little bit dry, but I really like the hazelnut flavors. And when you get that jelly and the jam kind of mixed in with the cake, it helps with that dryness a bit. The mousse kind of helps with the dryness as well, but I feel like the jam could just take over and help with the dryness. Like, you don't need that mousse, but the jam and the cookie are where this dessert really shines. I think that jam is absolutely delicious, as is the cookie. And if you're a fan of a Linzer cookie, I would say definitely get this, because it totally tastes like a Linzer cookie, and that cookie itself is so soft. And I love all the powdered sugar on there. It gets those, you get those like little hints of nuttiness. It's good. I think this is a first-year addition to the holiday menus here at Hollywood Studios, and I would not be mad if it stuck around. I think I'd get this dessert again. Next up, I decided to make our way over to the Backlot Express, where of course we're gonna see another sweet treat. Heads up, we're gonna see nothing but desserts in this video for the most part. You could actually find this dessert here at the Backlot Express, as well as Rosie's All-American Cafe over on Sunset Boulevard. I'm talking about the Coquito Wreath Cupcake. This is a Coquito custard-filled vanilla cupcake topped with Coquito buttercream, a chocolate bow, gold crispy pearls, and rainbow sprinkles for $6.49. Who remembers when these cupcakes used to be huge from the quick service restaurants? I certainly do. These have hit shrinkflation for sure. And usually when you get these cupcakes, they are like 50% frosting and 50% cake. So we're gonna cut into this and see if that percentage stands up with this one. They do not make the wrapper easy to remove here. Let's see if I could do it.
It's all frosting so far.
Yeah, so far we haven't gotten to any cake.
No.
And I cannot remove this wrapper.
You want to use a knife to cut it?
Okay, there's the cake. There is some cake.
Okay.
Yeah, but
It's about
pretty much 50-50. We're 50% cake and 50% frosting. I like more cake than frosting. I know a lot of people might be the opposite there, but I prefer cake to my frosting. This is like, wow, this is a lot. This is gonna be really sweet. We have also decided to cut the cupcake in half to see what we were working with in the cross section, and come to find out there is even less cupcake in this cupcake than we thought, because the Coquito custard has taken over a little bit of room inside, and very little bit of room inside. There's just the tiniest amount, and it actually looks the exact same as the buttercream frosting on top. I don't know if it's different really at all. It truly looks the exact same. These cupcakes can be so hit or miss, and usually they are more on the miss side, unfortunately, but we'll see how this one here is. The vanilla cupcake itself tastes like your average run-of-the-mill grocery store cupcake. It was kept in the fridge, so it's a little bit cold, which I actually kind of like. It's a little bit refreshing almost. The icing, the Coquito flavored icing, is really good. It almost kind of reminds me of like a snickerdoodle with all of those cinnamon flavors. I really like that icing. My issue with this cupcake is that green frosting on top. It is just a really cold, hard buttercream that is totally unnecessary. I mean, it's necessary for the design, so I understand it makes the design look good, but I feel like they could have still had this wreath design without using so much of that buttercream. They could have like piped it on with a way thinner tip, you know, and still had the same effect and still had that same cute wreath design without just using entirely too much, because it is just so overboard on the frosting, so overboard on the sweet, and just so beyond unnecessary. If it just had a thin ring of green frosting on top, this would be really good, and I would say get this again. But since you have that giant ring of green frosting, it really just takes over this cupcake and kind of makes it unenjoyable for me. The custard on the inside does not stand out from the buttercream either, so I wish they kind of did something a little bit different with that, but it's okay. Like, I'm gonna enjoy it, but it could be definitely improved upon. I'd say if you like coquito, you're probably gonna enjoy this though. But when I eat the rest of this, I am taking the rest of that green frosting off for sure. All right, Mom, you gotta get a nice clean bite. You gotta get all that green buttercream in there too to fully understand what I am talking about. You gotta go from the top to the bottom and get your bite.
Got it. I love cinnamon, and I love that cinnamon cream. It is so good. I like sweet, so I didn't mind the green frosting, and then I tried a bite of just the separate cinnamony stuff, the coquito. Oh my god, so good. I love this.
All right, so I guess I'm leaving that one with you then. I guess if you like sweet, I guess if you like really sugary, overly sweet stuff, I guess you'll really like this. We are now making our way into Toy Story Land to hit up Woody's Lunchbox for our next holiday treat. Here we could find the hot chocolate Lunchbox tart, which pretty much comes around every year. This has a chocolate fudge filling, hot chocolate marshmallow fondant, and mini marshmallows for $4.99. Now, I pretty much have the same sentiment about every Lunchbox tart, which I'll get to after I try this to see if I have the same issue. I've tried just about every Lunchbox tart that they've had in the past couple of years, and they all have the same underlying issue, except the last one that I tried. I think the peanut butter and jelly one. I think that was single-handedly the worst one that they've had here. My mom claims that this one is the best one that they have. I don't know if she's remembering correctly or what, but we'll dive into this one here. We'll break it in half. Okay, that marshmallow looked pretty good there. And there is the inside, the chocolate filling. Looks like there's an okay amount in this one, so we'll see how it tastes. This is actually pretty good. And I want to say why. My issue with these Lunchbox tarts is usually that it doesn't have enough filling. And while I still don't think this one has enough filling, once I took a bite, you could kind of see the filling diminished a lot. There's really not a lot in there. But what it lacks in filling, it makes up for in that chocolate marshmallow fondant. You can see there is a thick layer of that on top, which helps with the overall dryness of this Lunchbox tart and makes up for the lack of filling on the inside. And I think that chocolate marshmallow fondant on top is really good. It doesn't taste like a fondant like it says. It tastes more like a chocolate fudge frosting. And I think that makes the entire Lunchbox tart. I wish there was more of a marshmallow flavor and maybe even like more marshmallows on top, because it only has 3 on top. But still, I think this is really good. That chocolate fudge frosting is delicious. And I think the flavor with that like buttery shortbread pastry works really well.
So, as she said, this is my favorite one. I've had them all. I do love the regular one. Is it raspberry?
Yeah.
I love that one, and I love the tarts. I know they get so much hate. Yeah, there's not a lot of filling. I mean, it is what it is, but I think the pastry is so good in these tarts. I love it. It's definitely my favorite one. The only one I really hated was the key lime one. It was like too tart and just sour, and I didn't like it, but this is definitely my favorite.
I'd have to agree. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely a top 3 for me. I think the classic raspberry, the lemon blueberry that they have sometimes, they haven't had that one in a while. They haven't had it in a while, but the classic raspberry, the lemon blueberry, and this one, top 3. I would get this one. We came over here by Dockside Diner to hit up our next snack, and I noticed these umbrellas over here are decorated like Christmas trees. I've never noticed them before. Are these new, or have I just not been paying attention? I don't know. Either way, I think they're really cool, and they're a really nice decoration, a little nice touch. So yes, the Dockside Diner is next on our list of restaurants, and here they're usually serving up hot dogs, but they also have some milkshakes, and for Christmas they have a red velvet milkshake. This is swirled with chocolate sauce and topped with whipped cream, rainbow sprinkles, and a holiday tree sugar cookie for $10.29. This doesn't look totally as I had expected it to, and I have a long history with the milkshakes of Disney World, specifically the milkshakes of Hollywood Studios. I always find them to be not really milkshakes, they're like light, fluffy, airy, not frozen milkshakes. I don't know how to describe it other than that, but they're not milkshakes. They call them milkshakes, but they're not frozen ice cream. They're just like these light concoctions. So I don't know if this is going to be one of those. I'm hoping it's not, because I really enjoy red velvet, and this seems like a fun themed holiday drink. So we'll see. Hopefully it's actually ice cream this time around. Just trying to take the straw out. It seems thick. It seems like ice cream. And I can't necessarily get it up the straw, so that is a good sign. Let's try some from the straw. I have good news for you guys. This is an actual milkshake. I am shook. Maybe they finally figured it out here and got things down pat. Now, although it is a milkshake and the texture is on point, it doesn't taste like red velvet. I don't think it actually tastes like anything. It has like no flavor really whatsoever. It doesn't taste like chocolate or it really just doesn't have any flavor. I also want to say this was over $10, and this is not a big milkshake. Like, this is small. You could get a milkshake at Sunshine Seasons in the Land Pavilion for, I believe, the exact same price, if not maybe like $1 or $2 more, and it's way bigger, tastes way better. The quality, you could just tell, is a lot better. And it comes with like 3 or 4 extra desserts on top. I mean, we do have the cookie here, so that's an extra added bonus. It's just like a typical shortbread, like sugar cookie. But it just doesn't, like, the milkshake just doesn't have enough flavor for me. Our final Christmas snack is going to be coming from the Trolley Car Cafe, where they have a Mickey gingerbread cookie. This is a soft gingerbread cookie with white chocolate Mickey details for $6.79. They are very specific with those white chocolate details. My mom actually picked this up for me. Where did you get it? Was it in like the little case?
Yeah, but it was in a white bag.
Okay, so it was like a little hidden.
Yeah, I couldn't find it. I thought I was going to ask, and then I realized, oh wait, maybe it's in this white bag.
Okay, so it's a little hidden if you want to pick this up there. Let's break off a little ear. It is soft. It is soft. You thought it was hard in the package? It is pretty soft. The flavor is on point. This is a really good gingerbread flavor. The cookie itself is just dry though. Like, I like the softness of it. I feel like usually I prefer a gingerbread cookie that's a little bit like harder on the outside and then like so chewy on the inside. This doesn't have any crunch to it whatsoever, but the gingerbread flavor is really so good that I actually genuinely enjoy this. It's just, unfortunately, a little too like dry. And I feel like you could tell, like, just by looking at it, it looks like, you know, a little light in color, right?
Not as good as mine.
No, it's not as good as your gingerbread. You do make good gingerbread cookies.
I do make really good gingerbread cookies. So
I'm curious.
I'm not expecting a lot here.
I'm curious to see what you think of this.
About the year, I guess.
Because I think the flavor,
it is soft.
yeah.
When I picked it up in the bag, I was like, oh my God, I bet this is frozen. It's hard as a rock.
It's not too like in your face gingerbread. It's like light. It's light in the but it's like the perfect amount, I think.
It's not bad. I mean, it's not as good as mine. I just think it's not sweet.
Which I like.
Yeah.
That's why I like it.
And that's why I'm kind of like, it's okay.
Yeah, you're right. It's not super sweet.
She doesn't like sweet, and I love sweet. But I mean, it's decent. I thought it was expensive though for for that.
I mean, it's pretty much
feel
the same price as everything else that we've tried today. Everything is about like $6.79.
I know they rave about the gingerbread over in Disneyland.
I wonder if it's the same. Yeah, because Disneyland's gingerbread is like supposed to be legendary. We've never tried it because we've never been to Disneyland for Christmas. But I wonder how similar it is. If any of you guys have been to Disneyland for Christmas and have tried this, let us know if it's close. Well, I said that was our last holiday snack, but there is still one more food that I want to try here in Hollywood Studios today. Just a couple of months ago, all around Disney World property, they announced a bunch of different cold brews. And here in Hollywood Studios at Epic Eats, right next to the Indiana Jones stunt show, they have a new cold brew that actually sounds really good. This is the Epic Cold Brew Spectacular. It is a vanilla-flavored Joffrey's cold brew coffee with cookie butter cold foam and your share of the treasure for $6.79. I know there are going to be plenty of people in the comments that are like, you didn't like any of the other cold brews. Why are you trying this one? Fair enough. I didn't like the other cold brews just because I'm not a fan of Joffrey's cold brew. It's just sour, it's bitter. But I really liked the flavor combos. I thought they were all really good. And cookie butter I'm a sucker for cookie butter. I love cookie butter. So I really still wanted to try this one out. And I'm hoping that the cookie butter flavor can mask the bitter Joffrey's cold brew. We'll see. We'll see if this epic cold brew can pull through and maybe be the cold brew that does it for me and is better than the others. I feel like we got to give this a stir here. This is hard to stir with the hat on top. This coffee literally makes me wince. It's so bitter. Yeah, the foam is really good. But other than that, it's just a bitter, vanilla-flavored Joffrey's cold brew. The foam itself has a great, almost salty flavor that I really like. But again, put this cold foam on a Starbucks cold brew and we're in business. Joffrey's needs to figure out whatever the heck is going on. I feel like everyone that's tried Joffrey's in the last year or so is agreeing with me in the comments. Everyone that hasn't is not agreeing with me in the comments. So I don't know. If Joffrey's can get it together, this would be excellent. But since they haven't gotten it together, I don't know. Has potential though. Fix your cold brew, Joffrey's. It is cute though, so yeah, points for presentation as well. So all of our snacks have officially been consumed. It is now time for Hollywood and Vine. Hollywood and Vine is a character buffet meal here in Hollywood Studios. And something really cool that they actually do here is with every season, they kind of change things up in both the menu and the food that you'll find on the buffet and the characters' outfits. So during the springtime, you'll find the characters in different like spring kind of flowery outfits. During Halloween, all of the characters will be wearing different Halloween costumes. And then during Christmas, all of the characters will of course be wearing Christmas outfits. So I always like to visit during each season. It's a good way to get in the holiday spirit. And I figured since we're covering all of the holiday food here in the park today, it would be the perfect time to dine at Hollywood and Vine. And they offer this meal for breakfast as well as dinner. We're gonna be here for dinner. So I'll show you guys what they have on the buffet. All right, starting in the beginning, we've got some bread. We've got two choices. We've got focaccia and some other rolls, which I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that, but they both look fairly good. And then we move on to a nice little salad bar. There's some different kinds of lettuce, as well as a pre-made Caesar salad. And then there are some toppings to kind of make your own salad as well. There are some soups for you. We've got some butternut squash soup, as well as some chicken noodle. And there's some spiced granola to put on that butternut squash soup. I want to take a look at that. Okay, there's the butternut squash. There's the chicken noodle. I might have to grab some chicken noodle. And then we've got some other like pre-made little salads here. There's a chili lime watermelon salad, some fruit salad. This is a seasonal salad. It looks like maybe some radicchio, a pasta salad, a cucumber tomato salad with some onions, a potato salad, a panzanella salad in the back, and of course, the classic peel and eat shrimp here at a Disney buffet. You can't go without them. We've got some croutons for our salads, and then we're moving on to the hot food. These are some whipped sour cream and chive potatoes. This is a sweet chili aioli salmon. This is caramelized Brussels sprouts. Right next to that, we've got a chermoula spiced baked chicken. These are some sweet potatoes with marshmallows. You can kind of see the like Thanksgiving vibes they've got going on for this holiday buffet. These are meatballs with mushroom gravy and ribbon pasta. And then this is a little mini shepherd's pie here. Continuing along, we've got some Mexican street corn. This is a roasted mushroom farro risotto. These are some crispy tofu and vegetable bites. I remember they had these last time I was here and they were really good. They actually ended up being one of my favorite things on the buffet. And these are some sauteed garlic green beans on the end. Right here, this is new. This actually looks really good. It's cornbread and spicy chicken. I have never seen this before. This is some cheesy cauliflower, some fried rice, and then this is macaroni and cheese with shrimp and bacon. This is some cornbread stuffing. That looks really good. And then we've got some gravy, and that'll go with our roasted turkey that they're carving up right over here, and some cranberry chutney for that as well. Now we've got turkey on this side, but on the other side, they're gonna have some roasted beef or some prime rib over there. So we've got turkey on one side and beef on the other, and that's the only difference in the sides of the buffet. Other than that, it's all gonna be the same. And then we're moving on to some kiddie stuff in the center, and they've always got some good stuff over here. So this is some penne pasta with marinara, some broccoli and carrots, some white rice, and then just some plain mac and cheese. On the other side there, they just have some plain cheese pizza, some tater tots, and then some chicken nuggets as well. Well, those are all of the food offerings on the buffet. There is, of course, a dessert buffet as well, which we'll go over a little bit later on, but you can kind of see, like I was saying, there are some different seasonal offerings that they switch up every so often, but I want to make myself my first little plate here. I decided to just dive right in and get a little bit of everything, and I tried to get a lot of the seasonal stuff and a lot of the newer stuff that I have not seen before and I haven't tried before. So we got the sweet potatoes, we got the meatballs and the noodles there. We've got some mashed potatoes. That's not new, but I love a Disney buffet mashed potatoes, so we had to do it. Shepherd's pie, that's new. I'm kind of excited to try that out, as well as that spicy chicken and cornbread. We've got some of that cornbread stuffing in the center. I had to get some turkey to go with the Christmas, Thanksgiving kind of theme, and that tofu because it was so good last time. Mom, you tried that last time?
I was gonna say I'm not falling for it.
You're not falling for it again? Me and Dad loved it though last time. All right, let's go for some of the entrees here first. We'll try this little meatball with the pasta and the brown gravy here first. It kind of reminds me of like a Swedish meatball, or what is this called? What is this usually called?
Oh, beef stroganoff?
Beef stroganoff, that's what I was not being able to remember. That's actually pretty good. A nice, rich, savory brown gravy. The meatball, probably frozen, but tastes good enough. I enjoy it. Some of this shepherd's pie. I don't know how much meat I've got in this. I feel like, well, I've got a little carrot here. I've got a lot of mashed potatoes and cheese in my portion that I grabbed. But we'll try and get a little bit of everything. Definitely more heavy on the mashed potatoes. I wish it had a little bit more meat, but I don't know if that's just because I wasn't able to grab some because it was kind of picked over. That could totally be the case, but overall, again, the flavor, it's there. Now this cornbread and spicy chicken, this is definitely just like your regular Disney chicken nugget, coated in probably some hot honey, if I had to guess, which I'm not mad at that. I love some hot honey, so this should be pretty good here. They have a dish similar to this at the Flower and Garden Festival. That's exactly what it is, a chicken nugget and hot honey on top of cornbread. What's to be mad at that? Solid as well. We've got our turkey. I hope it's not dry. Definitely not dry. Really good. I added a little gravy on top, but honestly, it's like not dry to the point where you don't even need the gravy. And I messed up. On the other side of the buffet from the one that I showed you, it's actually, I believe, a flank steak, right?
Yeah, with the chimichurri.
With the chimichurri.
So
Yeah, it looks really good. I thought it was like a prime rib because usually that's what they have at Disney buffets, but no. It's a decent looking flank steak. So I'll have to go grab some when I finish this plate here. We've got this cornbread stuffing. Again, nice and moist. covered in that gravy, a little sweet, a little savory. I like that too. So far, everything is really good, which I usually find everything to be fairly good here at Hollywood and Vine. I've got some of these roasted sweet potatoes with the marshmallows. I had the sweet potatoes with marshmallows and I liked it at Homecoming, so I might like these too. Unfortunately, they're not seasoned well and they are still crunchy, so they're not cooked enough. So those are a miss. So far, the only miss on the plate for me, but it could just be an off day for the sweet potatoes. Can't go wrong with the mashed potatoes though. And then this tofu. I'm usually not a tofu person, but this one, that sauce is so good. While you're eating, you'll get to meet 4 different characters. Minnie, Mickey, Goofy, as well as Pluto will come around to every table. All of them are wearing different Christmas outfits, and I really love Goofy's outfit especially. He is dressed as Santa. Now, if we compare the character interactions to the character interactions at probably the most popular character dining restaurant, Chef Mickey's, they're just so much better here. I just find this restaurant to be so much less chaotic in general. You could actually hear yourself think. There are not people running around everywhere. You can enjoy yourself. You can enjoy your time here. And the characters aren't rushed here. So they actually are able to spend a good amount of time at every table, which is, I feel like you get way more value. You get what you pay for here. And not only do I think the food is significantly better here than it is at Chef Mickey's, but the character interactions are just so much better here. And we are currently here at a busier time. It is like prime dinner time right now. And it's just like actually enjoyable dining here. And the characters are actually spending a lot of time here. So if you're thinking of doing a character dining with like some of the more popular characters and you want to meet Goofy and Minnie and Mickey, this is a great place to do it. Not to mention, they're in holiday costumes, so it's very unique. They're not just in like their regular costumes or just like the chef costumes. I think this is a very unique way to meet characters, so I definitely prefer Hollywood and Vine to Chef Mickey's or some of the other character dining restaurants where you're just meeting like the basic Mickey, Minnie characters. Oh, my mother has already found her way to the desserts. They've got some soft serve there with some sprinkles. What is this over here? Ooh, gingerbread cake with raspberry cream. That is an interesting topping for gingerbread cake. I don't know how that combo is going to be. Ooh, pumpkin cheesecake bar and a hot chocolate tart. Oh, they love those. They love those little pie crusts there. They love those. I'm just following you, Mom. This is a chocolate cupcake. Oh, yeah, they always have like a bread pudding. But it doesn't say what flavor it is.
I wonder if it's gingerbread.
It does kind of look like it could be. It looks like tres leches, actually. I think that's some tres leches. And then there's some chocolate chip cookies over there. Ooh, and there's some warm desserts over here. What do we got?
Seasonal bread pudding and apple cobbler.
All right, apple cobbler and seasonal bread pudding. Get whatever you want. I'm gonna get a plate as well. I am most definitely sweeted out. I'm sick of sweets, so I just got a little sample of a couple of different things. The seasonal bread pudding here. It didn't say what the seasonal flavor was. I have no idea. It just tastes like bread pudding. Maybe it is gingerbread. Has a good cinnamon flavor. I don't know. Nice and warm, solid. The tres leches.
There's something at the top. What's at the top?
It's definitely tres leches. It's like a cream. A cream.
There's a fruit or something hot.
It looks like raspberry, like little crusty things. That's actually pretty good. The tres leches is really good. Then I got this pumpkin cheesecake too. I like that pumpkin cheesecake. So all 3 desserts are winners. Honestly, all 3 of these desserts might be better than all the other desserts that we tried earlier today. Mom, I need you to tell us how that gingerbread with raspberry is, how that combination is together.
It's better than I thought it was going to be, but I think this raspberry mousse is the same as what was on that Linzer tart, gingerbread Linzer tart that we had. It's okay.
Well, I definitely really enjoyed Hollywood and Vine. Like I said, I think it's one of the better buffets to meet the classic characters at. Now, it is kind kind of expensive for dinner for adults. It does cost $64, and children ages 3 to 9, it does cost $44. So it is a little bit pricey, but I think seeing the characters in their Christmas costumes is unique enough to kind of justify that price a little bit. But we didn't just eat at Hollywood and Vine today. We had a bunch of snacks beforehand. Mom, what was your favorite snack that we tried today?
Oh, it has to be the what was it? Coquito cupcake? It tasted like a churro.
I'm surprised you didn't say the Lunchbox tart, because that was one of mine.
Well, I do love that, but I just feel like that's something you can get all the time, just not that flavor. So I'm going with the cupcake.
Okay, well, mine was between the Lunchbox tart and the Linzer tart, the first thing we tried. I think it's tied between those two. But that is going to do it for us here tonight in Hollywood Studios. Thank you guys so much for hanging around with me. Shout out to everyone over on Patreon. Thank you guys so much for your support. If you enjoy honest Disney food reviews, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not already. And I'll see you guys in the next video.